So, good morning. If you've tuned in now, it's live with MamaMagic. My name is Warren. I am the brand director here at MamaMagic. I'm the dad of two. And this morning, we're really excited to be talking about some really cool topics. In particular, this morning, we'll be talking about flotation. So, if you've just joined us, good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in. As part of these live series that MamaMagic has been doing, we're so keen and interested to hear from you what more you'd like to hear from us. So tell us about any topics or have any suggestions about what you'd like to hear about. Who would you like to hear from? Is there any particular brands you'd like us to interview? Tell us about what are your burning questions in parenthood, and we can get an expert to help solve those questions for you. So straight after this video, we're going to put up a question and a poll to find out what it is exactly that you need help with in your parenting journey, so we can make sure that these live videos are here to help you during that time. It's not easy being a parent, and it's definitely not easy during being a parent during lockdown. If you're pregnant in your final trimester, whichever trimester you're in, if you've just had a newborn baby, congratulations to you. If you've got a 2-year-old, if you're like myself and I've got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, parenting is so different than what it was last year this time. And we all need to be conscious of each other. We need to help each other. And that's what MamaMagic is here to do, to assist you in your parenting journey. This morning, we're going to be talking about infant massage. We're going to be talking about flotation therapy. We're going to be talking about the treatment thereof. We're also going to be looking at a local business and what their challenges have been during this lockdown period. We're going to be speaking to an entrepreneur. You listen to so many reports and they talk about how we need more entrepreneurs in our country. So we can just talking to an entrepreneur about how their business is doing and how they've been doing during this lockdown period. So hello to everybody that joined us to see Hearts and Hiccups. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Good morning to you. How's the family doing? Every day is such a new day during lockdown. It's so different. But we want to make sure that this series of live videos is there to assist you, to help you. Some days you'll see it's myself, and other days we've got some really great, more helpful moms and dads that can answer and help interview the experts that will help you in the journey. So if you want to be part of our MamaMagic Lives, if you want to get involved, if you've got some topics or suggestions for us, please DM us or send us some questions and answer the poll after this live video, and we can tell you just exactly, and we can get some experts to help you in that process of parenting. This morning, we are talking to Vicky. Vicky is the proud owner of a company called LifeBaby. If you've never been there, then it's quite a phenomenal experience to take your child through to. So when lockdown's over, it's really quite something. They've got facilities in Johannesburg, so it's really something that Joburg moms have really become accustomed to. But this is something that's really, I think, a business that has great potential to grow around the country and internationally, from what I understand. And we'll be talking today not just about the business, but we're going to be talking about flotation therapy and baby massage. I think if you've got a newborn baby, to understand that power of baby massage is so important. So as you wait for Vicky to tune in and to join us on this live, I just want to tell you, how many of you have ever heard of huddle menses? I remember when we had our first, when we had my son, my firstborn, my in-laws were kind of like, no, my mom-in-law was like, we've got to come and we've got to rub him out to huddle menses and all these kind of things. And really what she was there to do was to, more than anything, was to show us baby massage. And that's really what it was. And we found that those baby massage moments with with Eli was phenomenal. He would sleep better. His development was really, really great. So that was really, really exciting. Let's see if Vicky is online. I see she's put in a request and she's live to this conversation. I haven't seen this lady in a very, very long. It's been a few months. I probably last saw her at MamaMagic Joburg Summer, which was end of last year. She was so busy running around. Her stand was so busy. But there she is this morning. Good morning, Vicky.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hanging in, carrying on every day.
Every day is a new day. Now, if you don't know Vicky, she is an entrepreneur. She's a mom of two. You've been celebrating kids' birthdays during lockdown. You've been busy.
Kids' birthday, husband's birthday.
You've been in the kitchen. Just tell us, what's lockdown been like for your family?
Different. A very long Easter holiday.
Yeah.
I don't normally bake or cook. I was built to massage babies and swim with babies. So everybody is now, I would say, growing, learning different techniques, learning
Yeah,
things they never knew they could do.
so true.
I'm sure we have some new plumbers and electricians on our hands.
Yeah, so true. So to everybody that's just joined us, I see Pete Rocco's joined us, and Dear Single Mama's joined us. There's so many, more people that have just joined in this live feed. Today we are talking to Vicky from LifeBaby. She really is an expert and a forerunner in her field. I mean, Vicky, you started your business how many years ago?
We're sitting on our 7th year now.
Wow.
And it's always been a lifestyle for our moms. So up until this point, they still have something they can work with at home. Today is also touching base on showing moms to also now be able to do something with their babies and children at home.
Absolutely. So Vicky, I mean, let's get straight into it. I mean, what developed this passion of yours for getting into the water with kids? If you've ever seen any of LifeBaby's videos or been to the spa itself, you'll see that Vicky's always in the water. She is uber passionate when it comes to babies. She loves them almost like she does her own. Which is quite phenomenal. She really takes them in. But what started this passion of yours to get in the water and start this infant flotation?
Well, look, I've always had a passion for babies. I was babysitting them from the age of 16. And eventually, after all the career choices, I opened a play group about 8 years ago. And from there, I noticed too many occurrences of low muscle tone, gut health, concentration, little things that have not been educated on in the first 1,001 days of life. This is how we've been trained by our mentor, Peter Walker, who has developed this infant massage over the last 40 years. And then we started to learn how important the water was. It is a medium that we're using for flotation, for aquatics, for massage. It's an amazing God-given entity, and this is why we want our moms to understand it, to believe in it. Once we're creating that flow, that positive energy, that positive circulation, again, you're not getting as sick. Your body's recovering quicker. This is, where the whole world has exploded to a point now where it's just eating healthy, drinking healthy, massage, playing, going outside, breathing fresh air.
Absolutely. I mean, so Vicky, it's obviously, I mean, baby massage and what you're doing is not just about, it's not a hokey pokey. There's no kind of crystal ball to it. There's some good proven research that baby massage, and I mean, I've heard Peter Walker myself talk many times, and if you don't know Peter Walker, please go online and check him out. He is absolutely brilliant in his techniques, and your team is trained in that. But tell us, I mean, baby massage is proven to show good health in babies and to help them in various stages of their life.
Absolutely, and it's an ongoing usage and exposure that we can do for baby. Again, when they get sick, we get the meds, but it's not a daily occurrence or something that we can do with them to create that health, to create that positive flow. When they're congested, when they're teething, as mothers, we want to take that pain away. Hector got bit by a bee yesterday. The first protocol was my CBD salt, a few drops, and within 24 hours, again, it was what Peter Walker had taught me: just breathe. And now this is what we're teaching to the babies.
Absolutely. And if I see there's lots of moms that are tuning in still, and some of them that are saying, "Oh, Vicky's just amazing." If you've been to LifeBaby or you've been in contact with the team, send some hearts up onto the screen. I think should really appreciate that. But also, if you're a new mom out there, If you are a new mom and you've got some questions, or you're going to be a new mom soon, and you want to know just about baby massage, please feel free to throw your questions into the comment section or into the little question mark box, and I'll be sure to get through as many of them as we can. So, Vicky, I just want to know, so just tell me, for all the new moms and dads out there, look at all the hearts that are coming through. That's really, really amazing. Just tell me, what are
Really?
you doing to help moms and to help people during this time of lockdown? Because the spa is not currently functional, and there's moms now that are tuning in from all over the country. How do you connect with your moms currently, and what are you doing to help them?
Look, I haven't stopped from day one. If anybody knows me, this has been absolute torture. I've been made to move. I need to explore. We have, however, been delivering the baby essentials. We have been delivering the CBD drops. We have now launched our new Mind Body Baby massage oils. This launches next week for the teething, for the congestion. The winter time's coming up.
Yeah.
We are going to have the screens, we are going to have the educating, but we have been that source of how can my baby's got eczema, how can I help, my baby's not sleeping, what can I use, and then we are getting the products, the items, and again, how to use each product. You can't have one without the other. It's not just massaging or just using the product, lathering it on and leaving it there for the baby. It's a whole process, a whole flow, a whole especially for the skin. You did have a question for me for the eczema. That their main organ, I mean, skin is a main organ. Baby's skin is a lot less hydrated. This is why we have to maintain it, with, again, nothing that has chemicals or bad byproduct. And this is why we do enforce our Kirikan Soul range.
So, Vicky, there's a question before I get into my question. Do you have a branch in Cape Town, or how do moms in Cape Town get in contact with you?
Well, just before, we were currently in the process of starting Cape Town. The rollouts are on hold per se, but the massage doesn't stop. The educating doesn't stop. We have a whole team of partners available to educate. Whether it's been 40 years down the line, whether it's a product, whether it's the process, whether it's even just bath time and using aquatic skills during those times.
Mm-hmm. So, Vicky, I want to know, so what tactically can moms out there do when massaging the baby? What position, firstly, should baby be in when you're massaging them? Do they have to be completely naked? I mean, it is getting quite chilly right now. So do they have to be completely naked? What position do the babies need to be in? How do we get started on baby massage?
Look, in anything, warmth, relaxation, calmness is your starting key to the massage. During these times, it's stressful for everybody. And if the parents or the caretakers are stressed, the babies are feeding into that. So it must be a whole mental pathway before you get into that process of massage. Mm-hmm. There are many, many useful tips. We do have the guidelines online. So I am going to give you some small direction today so we can try maybe after bath time. You are able to do these techniques with clothes on. Okay. Obviously, if you're using the products and the oils, if it's for the tummy or the congestion or the constipation or the nose, then it would be in a warmer room, warm hands with your creams, and then you can. Sorry, Hector's pulling funny faces at me.
Do you know that what you said about warm hands was probably one of the best things that I learned when it came to kind of even just giving baby a bath. Because I was so worried about keeping the room warm and making sure that everything was laid out and prepared, that I would then start taking their clothes off and they would start screaming, and I just couldn't understand what was going on. It was simply because my hands were like ice blocks. And I'm feeling them now, even if for some reason my hands are always cold. So that was definitely the reason. So I think warm hands is a good starting point to touching your baby.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If your hands are cold, you've ruined the whole massage.
So once we get started, what's the first thing we should do when it comes to massaging the baby?
Basically, it's just laying your hand onto their tummy.
Yeah.
You know, as a young baby, our main aim is the core stability, the neck and head strength. But the tummy strength, this is the whole universe, the center base of your whole body. Gut health, mental health, physical health. I mean, if you're not looking after the center of, the core of the body of the baby, everything else can't fall into place. So we generally start putting warm hands onto the tummy.
Yeah.
We then start to process down towards the legs. We always start with the feet first. The feet generally helps to relax them a lot quicker. So we're always going down away from the heart, up away from the heart, and we're pushing on feet and toes. So again, pressure, guys.
You press it under the heel of the foot, up or down. How does it work?
Just upwards.
Okay.
Upwards, very lightly, not hard pressure. It's not an adult spa where we're getting on heavy pressures. Very light, because all you are doing now is creating circulation.
Okay.
Once you're creating circulation, it's easier to do the rest of the exercises. So again, with your feet up each to each toe, legs and back to tummy. I'm going to work on the tummy because, again, the tummy is our most crucial, especially in our newborn. Always clockwise. Your hand doesn't even have to move. It can be stagnant, and you're just processing. Always clockwise. Now, with these pressures, you can get a little bit stronger because, again, you're pushing the air, you're pushing the winds. Who knows what else is in there for positive flow, so there's no clogging. Once there's clogging, that's when they're getting temperatures, that's when they're in pain. So if you're doing this every day, you're creating that flow.
So wait, I've got a question before you continue. Hello, Cleo. So the one thing is, you saying I'm pressing on the tummy and I'm rubbing clockwise, but I mean, I know when my kids were younger, there was a certain time of the day you don't want to touch their tummy, particularly after feeds, all that kind of. So when's the best time to do massaging?
Always after bath.
Okay, cool.
Because you're also creating relaxation through the warm water in the bath. From relaxation comes flexibility, and from flexibility comes strengthening.
Okay.
So we've always got to be in that relaxed environment. And if they are crying or if they are upset or niggly, then, that means that there's an underlying issue. Maybe I'm hungry, maybe I'm thirsty. Sorry, we do have our little baby Rose here. So I'm just going to show you the rest as we move up.
Go for it.
Okay. So now we're moving from tummy again after bath. But if baby's constipated, get in there and start massage on the tummy to get that flow going.
Okay.
We move up to chest. Chest is also a little bit tricky because, when they're a little bit congested, we do like to maybe do a little bit more vigorously, and we do a very slow cupping technique where we actually just tapping on baby. Again, it depends on age, it depends on weight for pressure. Always blood circulations moving upward.
And this we can start from as soon as from newborn already, hey?
Look, under 6 weeks, okay. I would only do a very basic for blood circulation and tummy. After 8 weeks, then we start, with the hip stretches, neck stretches, core stability. Their main exercise up until, they start to sit and crawl is their tummy exercises,
okay.
Neck control. If we're not feeding into these in the first 1,001 days, after that it's all lost and we're trying to play a catch-up. This is why we believe in preventative maintenance. Absolutely. We don't want to wait for something to happen. Like currently in our world crisis.
Absolutely. I'm wanting to know if all the moms and dads are watching quite particularly how you hold in baby, because I can see that you've got the support of the neck. Because even when you lean baby over, that's so important, is to keep that stability of the neck. So while you were cupping, and can you just show us that cupping technique again of how you were holding your hand as you're doing the back cupping?
So I'm basically also working based on a baby from 8 weeks. This is why I'm giving the neck support.
Yeah.
Baby can be sitting up, neck support, and just cupping again, arm in a cup. We do supply cups, cups from Belabachi where the moms can order. But again, we are home. These are your basic skills all the way up, because now you're physically moving that flip upwards.
Absolutely.
Okay, now we're going to go back to the front. I'm basically, look, you're always facing the baby. I'm just showing baby towards you like you're massaging baby.
Absolutely, thank you.
And then arms. In exactly the same technique as your legs. Fingers. Oh, this baby's so good.
And then you're going over each finger as well to make sure that that circulation is going over.
Every single toe, every single finger. A lot of the times, a lot of the babies also do struggle with their sinus and their congestion. So this is where we do have our sinus oil and rollers, where we do encourage circulation, because it's usually getting stuck between the nasal.
Yes.
So we do encourage moms to circulate around the eyes.
Can this work on adults as well?
And adult? Absolutely. This is what I'm saying. We are learning from the babies.
Nice.
Okay, so always, moms, dads, the whole family. I mean, it is only logical for a lifestyle to have positive flow, positive energy, positive gut health.
Yes.
If you have a missing link, then you start to get stressed, because, again, you're a little bit unhealthy, and the stress just breeds onto the stress. So once you just breathe, I promise you, everybody's going to be okay. Okay, so these are our basics of just blood circulation. Okay. There's congestion, there's teething, there's sitting, there's crawling, there's walking. Every single baby is different, which is why we do the one-to-one. Nobody's ever built this up, which is why we've developed LifeBaby the way it is. And again, the water. It's 35 degrees. We have a sterilization system with a UV light. This bacteria and hygiene and disinfectants should have been in place many, many, many years ago.
So, Vicky, I should want to ask, so, I mean, it doesn't necessarily relate, but, I mean, you've got babies in the water all the time at LifeBaby. What kind of temperature is best for baby to be in? Whether you bathing them or putting them in the water to enjoy their time?
Well, look, we do it at our water sits at a 35, but because if it was higher, they would get very thirsty very quickly.
Yeah.
Our flotation is designed for minimal time. The first time is 5 minutes in the water. People do fear the float sometimes, but because they don't understand it. We've had 50,000 flotations to date.
Wow.
And we have perfected it according to the baby. It hasn't been an overnight quick fix. And this is why the babies have come so far over the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And during bath time, you can push it to 37, 38 degrees. Because they aren't as mobile as they are with the swimming.
Absolutely. So just talk me through with the flotation, the importance of it, because I can see obviously in the picture that's Hector, your son, when he was much younger. But I can see you have the special created tube that goes around him, and that's creating support and strength for the neck. And then what is that doing, and what is that allowing for, and what's the purpose of it?
With the flotation is, again, progressing in your first 1,001 days. 1,001 days meaning your core, you're sitting, you're crawling, you're walking. Hector had 106 sessions.
Wow.
No, sorry, 120 sessions, but 90 of those sessions were flotations. He started crawling at 6 months and walking at 12 months. And they generally say that the boys are lazier, whereas Eleni didn't.
Are we? Don't answer that. Continue, sorry.
I'm not answering that because I see many, many little boys and many, many little girls.
Very good.
Okay? So, generally, even just going out and having a confidence in social interaction. It took us maybe 2 weeks for it to play group. It took us 6 months for Lenny to play group. Just the little things that he was exposed to through the flotation. A lot of the times, it's bad for the baby's neck. Their body weight is 90% less in the water.
Okay.
They are not overexposed in time limit. This is why we go to next levels of swim safety, of aquatics, of massage. It is a growth in strengthening and obviously exploring lots and lots of ways in the water.
So, Vicky, I mean, as we wrap up, just tell me you've got other products in. LifeBaby does so much more than just the flotation and the baby massage. You've got a bunch of products that you sell as well that kind of are collectively connected to the baby massage and the lifestyle of the baby. Just quickly give us a rundown. Are these products available online at the moment? And are you selling vouchers still so we can get back when we get back to normal life and you reopen that we can come back? So what's happening during this process?
We are delivering. We are sending currently. A lot of our moms have been purchasing the CBD drops, again, for their stress and anxiety. But we have lots of items also for our pregnant moms. We have Mother's Day specials, and we're launching our new massage oils. So don't worry, Amelia's going to be getting her pack next week.
I think that's so important because I think you've got to be you've obviously tested your products to make sure that they're safe for both pregnancy and for baby, and I think that's something that pregnant moms are always looking out for, is that products that are safe for them, because there isn't a lot of products that are actually safe for them to use.
No, there isn't, because everybody's trying to make a quick buck. So this is why we've gone with a laboratory, with a homeopath, with a chemical engineer. Again, it has been to perfect for my babies, which in turn is going to be allowed to be used by our pregnant mothers and our families.
Absolutely. So it's a product that's safe for everybody in the household, which is something that I've enjoyed. Because whether it's for my daughter Amelia, I know that if I need it, I can quickly get it. And I'm definitely gonna try this one, because for some reason of late I've been struggling with sinuses. So I'm gonna try. I'm sending you
on the way.
I'm gonna try that for myself. But I think as we kind of close off, as a business owner during this time, and as somebody who needs support from the community, what's kind of like your advice to entrepreneurs out there, as we're in stage 4 of lockdown, but what's your advice to entrepreneurs out there who are trying to just keep their businesses afloat? A lot of moms who have self-run businesses like yourself. What's your advice to them?
Look, the world's been around many, many years. It's going to be around many, many more years. It's just evolved. I haven't recreated anything. I've just same but different. We don't stop. We just improvise and create a new normal. But there's no stopping. And as Peter Walker would say, just breathe.
Absolutely. I think that's so important. Even in parenting, I think that's such good advice, because sometimes we just need to stop and breathe. When we're having a rough day, baby's just crying, you feel like you just can't get enough. done in a day. I think
Absolutely.
it's so important to breathe. And you know, that technique even for my son. I was sharing not so long ago, but whenever he cries, he has these moments of massive outburst, and it's so great for him to teach. From that, I've been teaching him is just to breathe. Just before you can let it out,
Beautiful.
just breathe first, and don't lose your control altogether. Just breathe. I see you guys have put up your website, so thanks so much for that. And we will be in
Yes,
contact. We
we
will
got
see more.
our new boutique out, our new online, our guidance, our numbers, our contacts. We're here for the moms. We're also doing a lot of charity work. So everything they do for us, we're also in turn doing for the community.
That's absolutely beautiful. We'll be in contact with you, Vicky, to speak more. Thank you so much for your time. To all the moms and dads out there, I hope this was very useful. There's some great tips that I might have to have a third baby for just to try them out. So thank you so
Bring!
much. I'm joking. That's a joke. Don't tell my wife, guys. That was just a joke. There's no
Amy!
offense. Yeah, you can have
So
another kid.
thanks, Warren.
I'm okay for now. Thank you so much. So thanks so much
And
to the
let us
team
know
from
how you roll go, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vicky. Thanks to the team from LifeBaby.
Bye.
We've enjoyed these
See
times
you
being
later.
on Magic Live. Bye-bye. And if you
We
want
can
to
keep
tune in
going.
for more, got more topics or suggestions for us, then be sure to send us messages or DMs. This has been it from me, Warren, at Mama Magic. Have a good and wonderful day.